Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to She Boss Talk. I am Shante Roddy coming on with another stimulus update and news report for all you entrepreneurs and small business owners out there. I have a lot of important updates, good updates on progress that's being made in a number of areas. So I'm going to be talking about the status on the stimulus checks. We're going to be talking about what's going on with unemployment and the tax benefit, right? And who is eligible, what states are participating. I'm going to be providing an update on that student loan debt cancellation, where we are with that, because a lot of movement has happened regarding student loan cancellation or forgiveness, whatever you want to call it. And then I'll be talking about these other small business relief programs such as PPP, the Targeted EIDL Grant, the new grant, the Shuttered Venue Operators Grant that is rolling out. I mean, applications are opening up next week. So there's a lot to get to. I see you all are joining in. As you're coming in, let me know who you are. Drop a hello. Let me know what your business is. Where are you hailing from? Do give this a thumbs up. Hit that love button where you are. Do share out this broadcast so other entrepreneurs and small business owners can see it and get the information they need so that they can get a financial lifeline for them in their business and their families. That's what we want, right? Do subscribe if you have not subscribed already. Thank you to all of our subscribers out there, to everyone that supports our channel and our content that we put out, to everybody that we've helped to be able to just survive and thrive during this challenging time as the COVID-19 pandemic. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to just start with the stimulus checks. As you know, they have already started going out. I got mine a long time ago. So millions of people have received their stimulus checks, but there are also several people, families that are still waiting on those. And so as we know, they started like shortly after the enactment of the American Rescue Plan Act, which is a $1.9 trillion a bill that has a lot of benefits in it, including that $1,400 stimulus check that goes to everyone in the family, including your dependents and your college students who did not qualify before. So if you've gotten your stimulus check, just let me know. If you're still waiting, let me know in the comments. You can check your status. Up-to-date status on the IRS website. So I encourage you all to do that. Many people were asking me about Social Security beneficiaries and what is going on, or what was going on with the payments. Want to let you know the expectation is that you all, or if you know someone that's on Social Security, SSD, or have railroad retirement benefits, they're supposed to be getting those checks or deposits get going this weekend. And you all should have that round or about April the 7th. So for all of you Social Security recipients that have been waiting, and these are the recipients who don't normally, because the income is not large enough, didn't file 2019 or 2020 taxes. So it's going to be a big chunk of you all that will get that. So today, there have been about 127 million payments that have been issued today under the latest, right? This is the third stimulus check that has gone out. So, just, be patient, and know too that if you don't have a deposit, you can expect either a check or a debit card in the mail. Do not throw out your mail before checking it, because we know during the last rollout of the stimulus checks, many people just threw their check right in the trash. Okay, so you definitely don't want to do that, because that's going to further delay your being able to get access to your money. So I do see questions coming up as always. If you have questions, please put them down, right? And then I'll try to get to them before I end the broadcast. There's a lot of news regarding unemployment benefits. So whether you're on traditional benefits or pandemic unemployment benefits, for all of those that don't qualify for traditional, under this under this stimulus bill, there is a new benefit, which is super fantastic, where there is a federal tax break on unemployment benefits that were issued in 2020. It's $10,200 for those who have a modified gross, adjusted gross income of $150,000 or less. Get that tax break. But that's at the federal level. Okay, so that's the federal tax break on. So count your benefits, right? So 10,200 of that is tax free at the federal level, but that does not mean that it's tax free at the state level. So I'm going to tell you which states that have, as of today, said that they are not excluding the tax at the state level. So it just depends on what state that you're in, but I'll talk about that in just a second. But I want you to know, for all of you all that have filed your taxes early before this came into play, you do not need to amend your taxes. What the IRS is stating is that they're going to be automatically issuing refunds to those that filed early before this was enacted. And they will automatically be issuing you refunds starting in May. So we're in April. Welcome to April. In May, they will start issuing refunds to you all that qualify or are eligible for this this tax credit, right? Starting in May and throughout the summer is what they're saying. Okay, so again, you do not need to amend your taxes. Please don't go amend your taxes if you don't need to. You do not need to in order to get this benefit. Now, they're going to be doing it in 2 phases. So you see, I say a lot with a lot of these benefits, they do it in 2 phases. This one, eligible recipients, they're going to start with you all first. Okay, that file their taxes early before this benefit came into play, and then they're going to roll it out to the married couples who can get up to $20,400 in tax in this with this tax benefit. So they're going to roll it out to the individuals that are eligible first. Then it's going to be married couples, and married couples who file jointly is what it is. And they, again, up to $20,400. So as of today, 40 million, the 40 million people have collected unemployment, and an average of 14,000 have received an average of 14,000 in unemployment assistance. So that's really good. So again, everybody is different, but that is the average. And we know many people were on unemployment. The numbers have gone down, but they have gone down, but there's still plenty of people that are on unemployment. But we want to see those numbers go lower and lower. Now, the only reason that you would need to file or amend your taxes is if you amending your taxes would qualify you for this benefit, right? So they also released a statement, and I reported this before, that what you would do is exclude your unemployment from your modified gross income, right? So you all that are working on your taxes now, you don't include that, or if you included that, then that would qualify you for this benefit, right? So if you're over that 150,000 and doing that, making that adjustment would qualify you, or make an adjustment would qualify you for the earned income tax credit or some other type of credit. Then at that point, you can decide if you're going to amend your taxes. But simply to get the tax benefit for the unemployment, you don't need to do that. Now, 13 states are not allowing this tax break. That means you get the tax break at this federal level. Okay. So like I was on unemployment last year for the early part of last year. And yes, I had taxes taken out because I didn't want the big hit in the end. But they did not take out for the state. So again, it just depends on where you are. 13 states are not giving you a tax break at this moment. That doesn't mean it won't change. But let me tell you which states it is. Colorado is not, Georgia is not, Hawaii, Idaho, Kentucky, Massachusetts, Minnesota, Mississippi, North Carolina, New York, Rhode Island, South Carolina, West Virginia are not giving the state tax break. So even though you have it at the federal level, you will have to pay the taxes at the state. if your state collects income taxes or unemployment taxes. So all the other states either providing a partial tax break or full tax break. So you definitely want to check with your state, because like I said, every state is different in how they process unemployment and how they handle taxes. So just follow up with them on that. But if you have questions related to unemployment, just let me know. Now, I want to talk about student loan debt. Who out there has student loan debt? I know we've talked about this before, but I have talked about before in the American Rescue Plan Act how they put language in the bill that makes student loan forgiveness tax-free. And I said how that is a setup for what is coming. Okay, because we already know President Biden wants to provide student loan forgiveness. He wants $10,000 forgiveness, but many advocates, many Democrats want up to 50,000. Well, there's some that want total forgiveness, but the number that they're really going after is 50,000, and the push is to have him do it through executive order. Okay. So before I get to that, I'm going to tell you what has already been done. So I said laying the groundwork, they have already made student loan forgiveness tax-free. Because normally it would not. They forgive your debt is $100,000. You still have to pay taxes on that. You don't under this bill. You don't. Let me tell you what they've already done. Again, this is laying the groundwork. If you have student loan debt, let me know how much you have. Let's claim that we're going to get that forgiven. Okay. Those student loan borrowers that were defrauded, by a college or a university, you guys are having your loans canceled. So if you're one of those that had a school like that, you attended one, and you have a debt, then you definitely want to check into that. Your balance today could be zero. My understanding is that they have already started canceling. Okay, ching ching, $1 billion of student loan debt for these 73,000 people, Americans, who were eligible for forgiveness, and Betsy DeVoe was sitting on it, okay, and not allowing it to go through. They are canceling that debt, defrauded borrowers, okay. Next in line are those that are disabled. So they're erasing student loan debt, giving forgiveness or cancellation, whatever you want to call it, to those who are permanently disabled. So there's a definition for that. The criteria you must meet in order to be considered permanently disabled, whether that is by Social Security, whether it's if you're a veteran, and under a veteran status, you are considered permanently disabled. Again, definitely you want to check with your against your student loan, but this is what they are also forgiving, canceling, making it easier. 41,000 of borrowers are permanently disabled. That equals $1.3 billion that is going to be forgiven or canceled. Okay, and for this year, or during the pandemic, they're not requiring the usual paperwork to be submitted, because even though you're permanently disabled, you do have to go through a process of submitting paperwork. You also do have to go through a 3-year monitoring process. Yes, they do monitor your disability status. Okay, that monitoring will still continue, but they're making it easier, the process easier to get the cancellation of forgiveness of the student loan debt. So again, I just covered defrauded students, student loan debt gone, canceled, disabled, the same thing. So definitely, if you or someone you know fits in that category, you definitely want to check. And then if it's canceled, do come back and share that with me. Now, I want to talk about the cancellation up to $50,000. So I'm trying to find, this is it. Up to $50,000. So here's the latest news, okay? Tell me if you're excited. Biden asked the education secretary to see if he can legally cancel student loan debt up to $50,000. Okay, so he has asked the secretary, the education secretary, to do this. His name is Miguel Cardona, and he is asking him to prepare a memo, a report, right, on the president's legal authority, because the President Biden did not think he had the legal authority to cancel the 50,000. That's why he was saying he could possibly do the 10,000, right? So they're trying to see how we can circumvent going through Congress, right? Because we know it's like a split, even though the Democrats control the Senate and the House, is very tight. And trying to get something through there is not easy. So what can we do? What can I do through executive order? That is where we are right now. So we're expecting, like, in the next few weeks or so, he will have issued the report. He can look at the report and the policies around that and then make a decision on what he can and will do as far as canceling up to $50,000 of student loan debt. Okay, so again, I said he's already supported the 10,000, but many Democrats, especially leaders, Elizabeth Warren and Chuck Schumer, have been real advocates of the 50,000. Many industry leaders are advocating for pushing. I told you we have advocates that are causing these things to happen, that are pushing him to that $50,000. Okay, so but I want to give you like a breakdown that they have here. Just so that you know, and we'll be talking about giving you information whether it's 10,000 or 50,000. So there are more than 44 million student loan borrowers in the U.S., and the country's outstanding balance exceeds $2 trillion. So if all federal student loan borrowers got $10,000 debt forgiven, the outstanding debt in the country would fall to around 1.3 trillion from the 1.7 trillion. Okay, according to reports. And 1/3 of federal student loan borrowers, or 14.4 million people, would see their balances reset to zero. How many want to see their student loan reset to zero? Okay, I know I do. I was just talking to one of my family members, stressed about, her child in college having to take out student loan. Like tuition is super high. It's not enough scholarships, although they're getting these COVID-19 scholarships. By the way, if you have college students, they do have COVID-19 grants for students. So make sure your students are getting access to those, but they're still not enough compared to how much student loans they have to take out. And she was like, well, trying to see how maybe he can claim himself, or how to have it where her income is not included when he filled out his FAFSA. There's no way around that. They have tight restrictions on who is eligible to be able to do it. And so I was informing them of that. And I'm just like, so heartbroken. I'm like, what can I do? I'm just like, push them, find as many grants or scholarships as you can. But we know that something really needs to be done about this huge student loan debt crisis that we have. And they're working towards that. So canceling $50,000 for all borrowers, on the other hand, would shrink the country's outstanding student loan debt balance to $700 billion from the $1.7 trillion. And the $50,000 plan would forgive all debt of about 80% of federal student loan borrower debt. Okay, so what I'm referring to is federal student loans. This does not pertain to private. I know people have private student loans. I always recommend you get the federal. If you have to get a loan, get a federal student loan. But this would resolve 80% of all student loan, 80% of all federal student loan borrowers, or 36 million people. That is amazing. That is amazing. So that is the update. We're making progress. So I will monitor that, the status on getting up to $50,000 of student loan debt cancellation. That would be fantastic. But just as a reminder, they've already done it for those that have been defrauded. There's thousands that were. So those are being forgiven, and those that are permanently disabled are being forgiven as well. So if you have questions related to that, please let me know. Okay. Okay, so that's that. We talked about stimulus checks. We talked about unemployment. We talked about student loan debt cancellation. I want to talk about really quickly the new grant that is coming out. I've done at least 4 or 5 videos on this grant already. This is the Shuttered Venue Operators Grant. The applications will open next week. If you're a live venue, you're in the cultural arts, you have a museum, an aquarium, you represent talent like artists, musicians, comedians, or know someone that does, please let them know to get ready for this grant opportunity. Okay, this is up to $10 million grant, and also includes a supplemental grant. And my understanding is that the grant is going to be, how you calculate it, is 45% of your gross income, right? And so my understanding is that there's a lot of requirements, first of all. So I went through, did a video on what you're going to need. There's a checklist on the SBA website at sba.gov. I highly recommend you go get that checklist. You will need to have a DUNS number from Duns & Bradstreet. You will also need to be registered in SAM, which is the federal award system for giving government contracts and grants. And that takes time to do it. It may take a couple weeks. So at this point, if they're opening next week, you need to be ready. So if you are in that space of a live venue, or you manage those that perform live, please let me know in the comments. If you know someone that does, tag them in this video, share this video with them, because we know that the money is going to go quickly. We know they're rolling this out in phases. How they will process it or give the money out is first to the hardest hit, those that had 90% loss or more. Then that would be the first 14 days. Next 14 days would be those that receive a 70% loss or greater. And then it will go to those with a 25% loss or greater. Okay. So again, it will roll out in phases. As a first come, first serve. You can get PPP and Shuttered Venue Operators Grant. However, you will need to reduce the amount of this SVO grant from the amount that you received in your PPP benefit. So they changed this in the American Rescue Plan Act. Okay, so you can get Paycheck Protection Program funds. You can apply right now. We recommend that you do, but you will need to offset your SVO grant with with the amount that you received in PPP. Now, you will also be required to use all of the money that you get. Any money that you do not use, you will need to return it. Okay, so this is different than some of the other grants that we've applied for or been seeing, but this is not an unusual process when you're talking about, like, if you're in the nonprofit space, right? You get grant money, you need to have a plan for it, allocate it, use it, all right? Or sometimes if you don't, they have you return it. Okay, so that's the SVO grant, Shuttered Venue Operators Grant, that is opening. The application portal will open next week on April the 8th. So when it opens, I will do another live broadcast. But again, let's be ready, right? Let's not wait till it opens to be getting ready. Let's get ready right now, because again, that is up to $10 million per business that can qualify for that grant. Now, after that, it is soon going to open the restaurant revitalization grant, which will operate similar to the grant that I just spoke about. It is also up to $10 million per business for those that are in the restaurant industry. And that covers the gamut. I have done at least 3 videos on the restaurant revitalization grant. You can find these videos on our YouTube channel. Okay. So I recommend that you go and view those. So if you have a restaurant, I mean, the list is big: saloon, bar, food truck, food cart, any business, right? Bakery, even if you're a caterer, if you have a business where people patronize you, they come to you to pay for food and drink, you will qualify for this program. If that is your main business, they come to you to purchase food and drink. If that is you, if you are in the restaurant industry, please let me know in the comments. I don't want you all to miss out on this grant. This is not $10,000. This is not $20,000. This is up to $10 million for your business. Okay. So you can find information on the SBA website. They I think they listed it on there. They have not rolled out guidance on it yet. So always before they roll out the program, they will always release guidance, and then they will open up the program. This program also, you will need to have a DUNS number from Duns and Bradstreet. You will need to be registered in the SAM system. Okay. So if you don't have your DUNS number and you're in this category and you're not in SAM, start the process right now. It's first come, first serve to get access to this money. And we already know this money is going to go quickly. Okay. So it's going to be thousands of businesses that get access to it. And I want to make sure that my viewers are the ones that get access to the money that is out there. So again, Shuttered Venue Operators Grant, Restaurant Revitalization Grants are coming out. The child care provider grants, just want to remind you, I did a video last week on the child care provider grants just to announce it. How that will be handled is not handled through the SBA. So these other grants I just talked about are small business grants administered by the SBA, the Small Business Administration. The child care provider grants are administered by Health and Human Services. They're child care block grants. So this is a grant that has been around forever. I mean, for a long time, okay, since the 90s. They are just adding billions of dollars, 39 billion to be exact, to the block grants to give to child care providers for a number of different reasons. And you can qualify, use it to pay for a number of different expenses, even to offset your costs of your clients and helping them, those that can't pay. So I review all of that, what the requirements are for that, and the money will go to your state. So your states already have block grants. They already have block grants. So if you're a child care provider, I will be finding out who is operating the block grant in your state. You could just simply Google child care provider block grant, and most likely you have one. Most likely it's already funded. You should apply, and then be on the list for when they actually get the money filtered down from the federal government to these programs. Okay. So again, that's $39 billion. As they release more information, I will let you know. I don't know right now if it's going to be handled like the usual. Again, it's different when states are operating programs, just like unemployment. It's not the same for every state. That's the thing. So I can't just tell you in general, this is how it's going to work, when it may work differently per state. Okay. But that is the child care grant. If you want more information, please go to that video. So let's talk about the Paycheck Protection Program extension. It has been extended. President Biden signed on the dotted line, extending this program to May 31st. I actually had someone comment on one of my posts, dang, I'm too late. It's closing like today, right? Which was yesterday. But stop waiting to the last minute. Had it not been extended, he would be out of luck. But I told him, you're in luck, okay? That it has been extended. So stop wasting time and delaying and procrastinating. This deadline will be here before you know it. Okay, we're already in April. It's been extended to May 31st. If you haven't applied for first draw, get your first draw applications in. If you haven't applied for second draw, get your second draw applications in. I would not wait the 8-week period. But you do need to wait. You do need to spend your first draw money first. In order to get forgiveness, you need to be spending the money on its intended purposes. Remember, payroll, 60% to payroll, 40% towards other operating expenses. If you are self-employed, you can spend 100% on payroll. You can call it salary replacement. You can call it owner's compensation, whatever you want to call it. Okay, because you don't have any employees, it's your owner's payment. You can spend 100% on that. And you need to do so before you apply for the second draw. So people ask me, okay, I just applied, I just got funded. Can I just turn around and apply? I would wait, because you need to spend the money. You need to start spending it, allocating it. And in that PPP video, I explained how I do it. to track it, because you definitely want to make sure you're tracking how you are spending this PPP money, whether you take a separate account and designate that to PPP, because when you apply, you're giving them your bank account to keep it, if you want to keep it separated, but you definitely want to track how you are spending your PPP money. Okay. So there are many lenders out here you will see in the description. We'll pin it to the comments as well. We are helping people with their applications through David Allen Capital. PayPal is also good. I have worked with PayPal. They have been pretty quick. Every lender doesn't work for everybody. If you've been waiting a long time for your PPP application to be approved or to find out what's going on, let that application sit and go apply with another lender. I recommend applying with 2 or 3 lenders, see which one hits, you get approved, you sign that paperwork, the SBA sends you your number, and then you get funded. Then you use the money within 8 to 24 weeks. And then apply for the other for the second draw if you have not already, right? Everybody is in a different space. The reason I'm saying this is because so many more million business owners, entrepreneurs, I'm talking especially you gig workers, independent contractors out there, network marketers who don't think you qualify for these programs. You do. You do not have to have an EIN number. You do not need to be registered. Although I highly recommend that, and you should do that. You should make a plan to do that. For this particular program, it is not required. Okay. You can have your social security number and your name and apply for these programs, and it is available to you as long as you were in business and operation as of or before February 15th of 2020. They changed the calculations for self-employed that are Schedule C filers, making millions more small businesses eligible and making you eligible for much more money, because now instead of you basing the calculation or them basing the calculation on your net income, they're basing it on your gross income. So your net was on line 31 and everybody, right, it was 0 or it was very low or it was negative, so you didn't qualify, or it was low and it was below the $1,000 threshold that a lot of these lenders have, that they won't loan you money if it's under $1,000, right? And then some people were getting loans for $100. Okay, what is $100 loan? Okay, so now you can get an increase on that. The best thing you can do is have a relationship with your bank. I find in most cases, people that have a really good relationship with their bank, they've been able to get some things that normally other people would not be able to do. And they can get the process going much quicker. Now, for those of you that had already applied before they changed the calculation methodology, they are not retroacting the increase as of right now. They're not. There's a push. There's advocates, like I said, that are pushing for them to do so. If and when they decide that they're going to do it, I'll be the first to let you know how that is going to work. But right now, they're not retroacting your increase. If that was you and you applied under first draw, then if you still have time to do second draw, then you can apply and under the gross. Right. So I haven't talked to someone today that they had an application sitting and it was based on their net. So if you have not been approved or you have not signed loan paperwork, you can withdraw it or hold it there, apply somewhere else and apply with a larger amount, because it can be really significant. Okay. So if you watched the video before, I said that I was recently approved. I applied for one business. It went relatively quickly. The process from beginning to end, and the end being the money was in my bank account. That's what we want. Money in our bank accounts took 17 days. Okay. And I said that I have forgotten about my other business that I'm operating. It's She Boss Talk. This is my newest business venture. And I forgot about it. So I posted about it and I applied that same day. And I think the next day, the day that I got the deposit is the same day I got approved for this one. So they were moving very quickly. But we know that the SBA has had some holdups on their system. There's millions that were held up due to errors. There's about between 160, 190,000 that were sitting, waiting to be approved. So that's why the extension is there to help give time to work through those, give people time to apply under the new rules, and giving the SBA more time through June 30th to be able to process all those applications. So the sooner you get it in, the sooner you can start using your money. So look, my first one I put all towards payroll. It's already scheduled. It's already scheduled. So then I will be working on my second draw. Okay, so I'm waiting about 2 weeks to do the second draw of that loan. I don't. Again, you need to be allocating your money, spending your money. Give it a week or two after your application. The other application that I have, I said I got approved, but one thing that I did, I caught my own mistake. They sent me the loan paperwork, so I made the announcement, but I forgot income. And I didn't include on my Schedule C. So I called them and requested for them to withdraw it, to reopen up my portal so that I can submit the corrected Schedule C. Because without it, I'm not getting the full amount of my money based on the income that I made and I want it. Now, I could have just let it go on through, but I didn't want to. I'm trying to maximize as much money as I can get that I qualify for. So for me, it's worth it waiting an extra week for them to cancel, which they did. My other one, the loan papers, and they're going to reopen the portal. They're supposed to do it tomorrow, and then we'll start the process again, and hopefully I get approved quickly as well. So again, I tell you this just to show you what the process is like, because I know everybody's situation is different. Everybody has a different type of business, so there may be different requirements, different forms people are asking you for, like Form 940, and I have people that are nonprofits that are asking me, why are they asking me for a tax form and I'm tax exempt? Well, even tax exempt organizations have forms. There's a tax exempt form that they're going to ask you for. But again, not everybody has the business acumen or know about these different things. And especially if you're self-employed, a lot of you all don't know what things are usually required. And a lot of you all haven't even filed business income on your taxes. So if you have not filed business income on your taxes, it's going to be hard or impossible for you to qualify for these programs. So I really encourage you to get with an accountant. I've referred so many of my viewers already to expert accountants and tax consultants, because I don't have the capacity to do it right now. But I always want to make sure you have someone that is knowledgeable about small business and who is also knowledgeable about the stimulus that is out here, because some of it you only get and through credits on your tax returns. And if you have someone that's doing your taxes, or you're doing them and you don't know what you're doing, you don't know how to claim credits, you don't know if you're eligible for credits, then you're going to miss out on money that you can qualify for. This happens every day, right? Where people just grab random people to just do your taxes, have no clue what they're doing, telling you don't have to report your business income. So now it comes time that you can benefit and get thousands of dollars, and now you don't qualify because somebody told you that you shouldn't report your business income, or you just decided that you were not going to keep track of your income. You need to be reporting your sales and your expenses, every sale, every expense. That's why there are tools. That's why we have tools that help you, like our Winning Grants application cheat sheet, and like my Win Grants with Ease Masterclass bundle. That has helped thousands of entrepreneurs and small businesses get millions of dollars in free money. This is free money that you don't have to pay back. It makes it easier, right? Because you don't want to go into the process blindly, because I get questions every single day in my inbox, on Instagram, on YouTube, in my email, on Facebook. I can hardly keep up with all the requests. Because people don't know what they need. They have never heard of these documents. They're like financial statements. How do I report what I made in a month, right? Because with the second draw, you have to be able to show that you had a decrease of 25% or greater. And so how do you do that? The easiest way to do that is to use an accounting system. And then you pull your profit and loss statement. You use an accounting system. All of your transactions are funneled into that system from your PayPal, your Squares, your Stripes, wherever it is. into that system. So the data is there, and you can, with the click of a button, generate a report that tells you what you made in a year, what you made in a week, what you made in a day, what you made in a quarter, and it's easy. You can also go use a spreadsheet, right? Even the tools, PayPal, Square, they have financial reports that you can pull, right? And you can pull them by these different days, by month, by quarter, by year. So, even if you're not, savvy with the accounting system, these tools have back in technology that are giving you analytics and reporting that you should already be using in your business to help your business, to know the health of your business, and to help you with strategy. So it's just an added benefit that you have it, so you can be able to provide these additional reports. Tax returns. Okay, some of these programs may ask you for up to 4 years of tax returns, and a lot of people don't even have them. Okay, so that one of the biggest things I would say, start where you are, and then use our checklist, our cheat sheet in our checklist, and go through it. What do you have? What do you don't have? Fill in those gaps of what you need, so you can be eligible for more free money. Okay. So people even today ask me, oh, I don't have an EIN. I don't have I haven't registered my business. Do I qualify for this? Do I qualify for that? Or should I register my business? For PPP and targeted EIDL grants, you don't need to have a registered business, but for basically all other opportunities, you do. Okay, so I would just say make a plan. So PPP, if you have applied, let me know. First draw, second draw, you need to be applying if you were in business February 15th, 2020 or before. You should be applying for the Paycheck Protection Program. It's a forgivable loan. 100% can be forgiven. If you're funded $150,000 or below, the process is so easy. The lenders where you're applying are already stating, what you need to do to apply for forgiveness. And if you've already applied, you use the money, you should be already requesting forgiveness if your lender has that process open already. Now they did I know PayPal has shut it down, but they put an announcement because they were updating it for the new regulations, right? Based on the changes. So the SBA updated the form. So then they have to update their forgiveness portal and their forgiveness process. It has been made easier. So there's no reason not to apply for this program. And there's about $76 billion left. I'm going to get mine. Let me know if you're going to get yours out there. So again, the opportunity first and second draws. Targeted EIDL grants. I did another video on this, on the approval email to look for. I have step-by-step explainer videos. This has helped so many people. If you just go to the video, you can use the free information to get money. Okay. Even if you don't buy our cheat sheet, you don't buy the grant app, the win grants with these masterclass. If you just go watch the videos, the explainer videos that walk you through how to apply for these different programs, it will be helpful to you. The targeted EIDL grant, people are getting approved. People are getting funded. Just want to let you know. Yes, it's taking time. Yes, it's taking more than the 21 days. The 21 days is the goal. You shouldn't expect to hear anything, any decision on your targeted EIDL grant before 21 days. So I told you last week, I received my invitation. I applied the same day. I do not wait. I just went through, make sure I knew everything that they were asking for, and I already have these things on hand. So it doesn't take me a super long time to do any of these things, right? But it may take someone else a little bit longer because they don't have everything in place. But go to those videos so you know what you need to do to make sure that you get that targeted EIDL grant, which is up to $15,000. Okay. And for that, you need to have been in business. You need to have applied to the EIDL program on or before December 27th of 2020, meet all the eligibility, have 300 employees or less, be in a low income community, and be able to, again, what did I say? Demonstrate an economic loss of 30% or greater. You will have to account for every month in 2019, every month in 2020, and up to April at this point, if you're applying now, of what you grossed in sales every single month in your business. Then they, based on that, will determine if you qualify for the grant. Okay, it's $10,000, a max of $10,000. And then after they issue those grants, then if there's money left over, They're going to roll out the supplemental 5,000. That's how it's 10. That's how it's 15,000. They're going to roll out the supplemental $5,000 grant and equal out to 15,000. Okay. So there's many more programs out there. This is just some of them. Look, I've been on here 45 minutes, but this is important information. On top of that, every state is getting they're getting 350 billion, and they're dividending up based on a formula to states that will then have more money that they will designate towards small business relief, small business grants. So they will have it at the state level. They already have these programs. They're going to expand them. So if you're not applying at your state, you need to apply in your state. The state level, the county level, and the city levels. All of them are getting money and to support small business. So that's where you need to be applying. And on top of that, every day a new national grant comes out. Like Neutrogena, I just posted Neutrogena. If you're a woman in the health and wellness industry, woman entrepreneur, they are giving $10,000 grants to. So the money is out here. It's just, are you ready to get it? Do you want it? And are you going to be intentional and proactive to get it? But I mean, literally, there are billions and billions and billions of dollars out here. And there's no reason that every single one of my viewers can't get the money that's out here. It's just so much money, and more of it is coming. So you need to be aware and alert. Use our grant tracker. That is free on our website. We update it every week. I try to keep up with. They come so quickly. New pitch competitions. New accelerators coming on board. One next week that I'm going to be announcing. It's a big one, but I'm going to wait till it actually open to announce it. But these accelerator programs are there to help you build your business, grow your business, scale your business. They have experts, even famous people that have built billion-dollar businesses. They help you grow your business. And on top of that, they're giving you money, whether it's $5,000, $10,000, $20,000, or $50,000. In these programs. So I would encourage you to apply to some of these accelerator programs to get the help and support that you need. There's no reason why businesses should be struggling. I'm in a program right now. I'm in a certification class, and I'm working with the London Business School to take my business to the next level. And I just got accepted into another accelerator program. I'm in the learning phase right now. I'm building, but I'm learning along the way. And so I don't ever get too good or too successful to learn something new. There's always something to learn in entrepreneurship and running a business. It's hard work to run a business. Okay. So I know, and I'm telling you that there's resources out there. Leverage the resources that are there. Reach out to your local small business development centers, your urban leagues, your women business centers, and SCORE. Right? So I'm a mentor of SCORE. I highly recommend. They have a lot of workshops, a lot of webinars and things that will help you. Okay. So I'm just scrolling through to see. I see you all shouting out just to see if there's any questions here before I close out. Okay. I see some references to the stimulus checks. Some people are still waiting. And I know some of you that filed your taxes and you did it late, the IRS is backed up. So it just depends on when you filed your taxes. Yeah, someone is asking, yes, please apply for second draw before do not wait till May 31st to put in a second draw application. I wouldn't. Okay. I would not wait. Do not wait. How long does it take for money to be deposited after you're approved for the EIDL grant? I don't know, because this is the first time that they're doing it. You just have to wait and see. If you got approved, congratulations. You should expect the deposit. Now, somebody told me they got the deposit, but they didn't tell me how long it took for them to get their deposit. Okay. But if you got approved, you will get the deposit. Yes, Kim, it's in the description. of this video. I don't know where you're tuning in at, but if in the show notes, if you're on Facebook, it's in the description, but I will drop it in the comments as well, where to apply for PPP. And on the SBA website, they have a list of lenders as well. But definitely you want to apply. Someone else is saying their daughter got $500 forgiveness last year. She was only in school. Oh, okay. Okay, so it's a lot of people have student loan debt that they want canceled out here. Okay, I'm with you. I'm claiming that our debt will be canceled, that we will get that $50,000 for forgiveness, if not more. Yeah, so again, apply for PPP before May 31st. I would not wait. Even if they hold your application, I've known people that said that they applied before waiting 8 weeks and they got it. But that is what they say. They say to wait 8 weeks, but you don't. At this point, you don't. It's tight. So I would not wait 8 weeks. I'm not waiting 8 weeks. I'm waiting 2 weeks. Yeah. So Sonia is saying it takes about 14 to 21 days. She got an answer in 14 days. It seems like eternity. Yeah, right. But I mean, for targeted EID, for the EIDL grant, I've been waiting a year at this point. So I have a lot of patience. What all you can do is you do your part. I mean, you can't rush the process. You'll drive yourself crazy. I just put it on my grant tracker. I track all these things. And then I monitor my emails to make sure I'm not missing anything. And then I get excited every single time I see an email that's coming that says I'm getting more free money. Okay. And then I'm so excited to get the email. Then I announce it. It's so exciting because we have been waiting so long. The patience pays off. Okay. All right. So those are all the questions that I have. Again, after the program, if you have questions, just drop them and I will circle back after the show. But there's so much money out there. There's tax credits, even programs I didn't even name today. Debt relief from the SBA, forgivable SBA loans. I mean, the list goes on. Employee retention tax credits, self-employment tax credits. Just make sure you're getting everything that you are eligible for. Work with experts. If you have stimulus, if you got a stimulus check, what are you using the money for? Invest it, because I've had, I know there are business owners that have been struggling, but with the resources we have, they're not expensive. Okay. So you have to decide if getting grant money is worth it for you to invest in yourself. You need to invest in something. You need to be spending so people are spending their checks on, what are you spending yours on? Are you spending it to grow your business? So you can no longer say you don't have any money, right? Except, some people, they have bills. So a lot of people, they said 30% of Americans it's been a 30% increase in bill payments just out of the stimulus check. So people were very behind in their bills. So I get that. But take some of your money and invest it in your business where where you have the need at. And then do that. But if you want to get money, invest it where you need. If you need to learn some new things, if you need to go register that business, whatever you need to do it. This is no time for excuses. We're getting money, right? We're going to make it happen. And so that's what I'm about. So thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this. Hope it was a benefit for you. As always, continue to be the boss with amplified impact. Continue to stay safe and in good health. Have